I grew up down in Southern Oregon, down in Medford. One of 4 boys. Lived there until I was about 15 and then moved to Washington State and finished high school there. And I graduated from college and then came to work here and then worked for a number of years first and then went back to school to get the MBA. And I think that was really beneficial to just have a better understanding of the way the business environment in the world operated and understand some of the terms and things like that.
Greg first caught my eye as a new young employee because he was very quick-witted, and I say that in an affectionate way because it showed a lot of savvy with people and how to make people feel comfortable and at ease and bring out the best of them. There's a tremendous amount of substance in what he does.
When I first met Greg, I came to work for Standard Insurance as a recruiter. I had such respect for him, for his intellect, for his humor, for his insight, his creativity. After about a year, I had another opportunity to move on. I left Standard, and within a couple weeks, I worked up enough courage to ask him out. And the rest is history.
The American dream is still alive. Greg basically started as a clerk with Standard, has risen to the top. He is a wonderful example of getting a good education and using that education to the best of your ability.
He is so supportive of everyone around him, and he gives really clear feedback. But it's just Greg's nature to be cheerful, friendly, and incredibly supportive.
He always wants to do the right thing. It's not always the easy thing. Also, he gets things done, and he makes a difference, and people can count on him as a result of that.
He's incredibly effective, but with very little egotism, and that, I think, makes him even more effective. When Greg talks, people listen.
He has taught me never to put any limits on our ideas and what's possible.
My turn to challenge. Greg Ness, CEO of the Standard.
If you're right, you're right. Let's just do the right thing, and if there's going to be controversy, so be it. That takes a lot of courage, especially when you're the CEO of an insurance company.
For Greg, his experience at Portland State in the MBA program was life-changing. But I think he also sees the need to give back. He knows that education just makes an extraordinary difference.
I just hate to think about where Portland and the region would be without Greg Ness. He's a good example of how we let knowledge serve the city. The knowledge that Greg gained through his experience at Portland State University has been a tremendous asset to the city of Portland.
Well, I value the experience a lot. I value the connections that we continue to have to Portland State. We have an awful lot of graduates at our company. We have a number of other employees that are continuing to work on degrees at Portland State. Bottom line for us as a company domiciled here in Portland, Oregon is that's our source of employees of the future. To see what somebody can do with an education and how far they can actually go makes you want to make sure that everybody has that same chance.
The Simon Benson Award has an incredible reputation. It's probably the biggest award in our state. He deserves it. He exemplifies the values of this honor.
He lives his everyday life demonstrating unconditional love. You know, he lives with a family of fiery redheads who are not always the easiest to live with, and he does an amazing job every day of demonstrating unconditional love.
My grandfather was a very big influence with me. There were 3 things that he said you always have to remember. Honesty, gradualism, let it come to you, relax into it, don't be quite so impatient, and then hard work. Because if you have all those 3 things and they come together, everything else is going to take care of itself. He was right.
Congratulations to Greg Ness, recipient of this year's Simon Benson Award for Alumni Achievement. Greg, congratulations. Thank you so much. The podium is yours.
Vim, thank you very much. Very kind. Good evening, everyone. I apologize for you having to sit through that. To everyone at PSU and the PSU Foundation, of course, thank you very much for this great honor. One has to ask, what in the hell were you thinking? I believe that we've demonstrated one thing for sure here tonight, that is that there is no accounting for other people's judgment. I'd like to thank the folks in the video, Ron, Tom, Duncan, Malia, Wally, for the very kind words that you shared. checks are in the mail. Terry and I could not be more pleased to be here tonight with almost our entire family, even grandchildren, Jordan, Bailey, and Logan, all on a school night. We thank them very much for their love and support. You know, I had the very good fortune to work at Standard for 36 years now. It is a great company, and part of what makes it great is that we get to help people when they need it the most, helping them move forward each and every day. But one of the other things that makes the Standard such a great place to work are the people. And we have a group of really, really excellent people at Standard. I am very, very grateful for my colleagues and the very important work that they do each and every day. And I'm especially pleased that my management team is here tonight because they're the ones that really do all the work. You know, as some of you may know, we recently announced that our company would be purchased by Meiji Yasuda, a Japanese insurer based in Tokyo. It's a milestone in the history of our company that has been founded and been here in the Portland community since 1906. But here's the great news. We're not going anywhere. We will continue to operate as a Portland-based company headquartered right here with all of our current employees and all of our management. As I describe it to our employees, we just traded 42 million shares for one shareholder. Speaking of not going anywhere, Terry and I remain very committed to Portland State University. As a matter of fact, 2 of our 4 sons have graduated from PSU. Although I do understand there's an audit about Corey's graduation requirement. PSU is an institution that can inspire and educate and really harness the intellectual talent that's really necessary for companies like ours and many of the companies that are represented here today to be able to grow in this global marketplace. My time at PSU made a very big difference in my life. Not only the professors and the classes, but my fellow classmates who provided another great opportunity to learn, and there was much to learn. We hope that each of you here tonight will continue your support for our urban university. Finally, I want to make sure and congratulate the entire Schlesinger family for their passionate commitment to higher education. They set a very high bar, but a very fine example for the rest of us to follow. Thank you again for this award. I'm absolutely humbled by the recognition. And Terry, thanks for working up that courage and your endless support. Have a great evening. Go Vikes!